2 years after the October 7 massacre, we are closer to a peace. Are you optimistic about this?
Yeah, I'm not holding my breath because we don't want to be disappointed, and we know we're fighting against a barbaric terrorist organization that has been holding on to hostages as insurance to survive the war they started 2 years ago. But it looks like for the first time, pressure is being put on Hamas, finally, to end the war that it started. And even the countries that stood by Hamas's side throughout this war, like Qatar and Turkey, are now telling it it must free the hostages. The United States is using all the pressure that it can. And so I'm not holding my breath, but I hope that we will have an agreement to free the hostages from the dungeons under Gaza and a plan to begin to end this horrible war that Hamas started 2 years ago.
Eylon, I would like to ask you about some media. There are some journalists, for example, in Axios, talking about Benjamin Netanyahu. He felt betrayed by Donald Trump. Do you trust this peace plan by Donald Trump?
Look, Israel has said yes to the United States peace plan, and that's because it gives Israel the only thing that it wanted. Israel has been saying since the October 7th massacre that the war can end immediately if Hamas frees all the hostages and lays down its arms, because we can't risk it launching another war and dragging the Middle East into war again. Hamas is now haggling over the details. It's haggling over the ransom that it is going to get for the hostages, and it hasn't committed to the principle of disarmament and demilitarization. So this isn't over, but I hope that the United States can put pressure on Qatar and Turkey to pressure Hamas to accept an end of the war, to free the hostages, to lay down its arms. They should have been doing this for the last 2 years. They did not. It's 2 years too late. But hopefully they will use their pressure now to end this war.
Well, 2 years from this October 7, I would like to ask you about Iran. The threat from Iran persists. Do you think that Israel will have to do more attacks? More attacks will be necessary for Iran?
The October 7th war is not just a war between Israel and Gaza. It's a regional war in which Israel has been attacked on 7 fronts by the Iranian regime and its proxy armies. I think the biggest misunderstanding about this conflict is that October 7th was just a terror attack, a bad terror attack. It wasn't. Hamas was planning to drag Hezbollah, the Houthis, Iran, all the other militias in the Middle East into a regional war against Israel in order to destroy this country. And we have been under non-stop attack every day since then. Just today, Israel shot down 4 Houthi drones over the city of Eilat. So even if the war in Gaza ends, it doesn't mean that the Iranian regime has gone away. The Iranian regime is still committed to Israel's destruction. It still wants nuclear weapons. The Houthis in Yemen, their slogan is still "Death to Israel, curses on the Jews." And they are still going to wish harm on the people of Israel. So even if this war in Gaza is over, the root cause, the Iranian regime's attempts to subvert the Middle East and fill it with proxy armies in order to destroy Israel, that hasn't gone away. And the Western world is going to have to be vigilant against Iran's attempts to rebuild its proxy armies and undermine stability in Arab countries, vigilant against its attempts to rebuild its nuclear program so that it can never drag the Middle East into the kind of regional war we've seen in the last 2 years.
Well, waiting for Hamas, looking at Iran. Eylon, thanks for being here in Negocios TV. It's a pleasure have you here once again. Thank you. Nosotros que seguimos pendientes de este 7